Yo, what's going on, people? Dogysamich here for another episode of Georgia on the Grind, where we talk about some Georgia fighting game community events. And I don't really have too much to talk about this week. I mean, there is an event coming up, kind of a bigger event coming up at the end of the week. But past that, there hasn't been anything new that I've seen on social media so far. So this is pretty much just a housekeeping episode for the most part. Starting things off, I guess I should talk about the weeklies because the weeklies are still happening. 404 has already posted their events for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Something to note while I'm looking at this, which I'm not going to rattle this off. I'll give you the link to 404 stuff, and you should go look at it yourself so you can keep up with the information yourself. But big thing I noticed on the schedule is that the Friday King of Fighters 15 tournament has been axed. They still have the one on Wednesday. It's not like Greg's gotten rid of it completely, but has opted to give the Friday slot to Persona 4 Arena Ultimax 2. Now, see, if I wanted to be a stickler, I'd be like, man, you just have P4A up here while we play this new game, but that's me making jokes on the side. Point being, again, that 404 already has their schedule posted, so go check out their socials if you're trying to get some games, which they have quite a few games. I guess I should bookend this and say that apparently this is the monthly weekend for Tekken and Super Smash Bros. Melee. That's actually a question mark to me because I figured there would be an ultimate monthly. I don't know. I'm just reading the page, right? So go check that out at your leisure. The other weekly that I know about so far, Esports Arena up in Woodstock has posted their schedule yet again. They have the event page up for Tekken Thursdays. I don't know if they have the event pages for Ultimate on Sunday. Oh, actually, I'm glad I just looked at this. It's a complete surprise to me and off the little bit of a script that I don't have. Apparently, they're doing Strive on Mondays. So, surprise! If you want to play some Strive up in Woodstock on Monday, which I mean, this Monday's already passed, but I'm assuming this is going to be filed into the weeklies. You could check out Esports Arena up in Woodstock. I'm glad I do this. I'm in the know now. And that leads me to what's going to be the bulk of this episode of the podcast. Say the bulk, whatever's left for the most part. Recapping, rehashing what is going to be happening this weekend on the 26th in Fayetteville, which is Breakfest, presented by Zonebreaker. Zonebreakers being one of the, I guess I would say 3 or 4 groups that are the current movers and shakers in Georgia right now, constantly hosting events. This is their first monthly starting back from COVID. I guess technically it's their first monthly. That's what Sonaido's saying, although you could maybe credit that to Breakout. Anyway, gonna be a bit of a unique event with the games they have there. Again, I'll read the lineup. They have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Tekken 7. You basically can't have an event in Georgia without those two. Guilty Gear Strive, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax 2.0. They have the whole name like a pimp named Slickback. Rivals of Aether, King of Fighters 15. That's on the bottom of the list, or near the bottom of the list, because at the bottom of the list is Pocket or Pokken, however you like it. I've seen some people talking about the event more than Zonebreakers themselves. Some people really interested and really eager to see people offline in some of these games that was really hard to find even before we were locked down for a while. Rivals of Aether, again, I've mentioned this a few times. I've noticed that there's a decent amount of people in Georgia that have been playing the game either again or just picking it up now. Haven't figured out where all of the resurgence has come from, or I guess the new interest, however you want to frame it, but I'm not too surprised. I'm still not too surprised to see that this is going to be given a chance at a monthly. Actually, if I remember correctly, it's on the weekly list for 404 as well, which would then lead me to believe that people frequently go up there and play, because if there was no longevity to it Greg would chop it off really quick. The other kind of interesting point to me is Pokken. Not because it's an uncommon game, because if you remember many moons ago, back when ye old Gwinnett brought but I mean, I guess at this point I could say this, when ye old Gwinnett Brawl was still around, Pokken was there, and it wasn't like the biggest event at any point in time, but it was consistent enough that you would see it time and time again. And to know that some of the old Vanguard from the days are trying to come out again and try to breathe life into their game and rebuild the offline scene, that's something to make note of, and something to keep an eye out for. So, two of the things that I will be looking out for this weekend up at Fayetteville for Breakfest. And that's it. That's a podcast. See, this is something that's really been on my mind for like the past day or two. I was like, I'm going to do this episode. There hasn't been a new event. There should be something else to talk about. I don't want to be generic and just talk about topics of the FGC, because I find it pretty boring for the most part. And I don't really want to just tote my opinion out there. I'm not big enough for that yet. Still haven't been big enough for who knows how long. I said this all the time. But this is the part where I got to start asking around and see what kind of things people would be interested in hearing along with just the events, or maybe just the events is enough. I mean, again, that was the original purpose of this. We'll figure it out. Again, I said this like last time and maybe the time before it. The whole point so far is to get the foundation, and we can iron out the details as we go. But just like I always say, at some point in time, I start rambling about stuff that isn't too particular to you, and I don't want to hold you up for too long. So, just like always, I'm going to throw the event page up there for you if you need it. Should look very familiar. And until next time, be easy, yo. Peace.